everyone, and welcome to Flash Group News, your disruptive media anchor. I'm Georgiana Dogaru, the CEO of Flash Group News, and today I am delighted to have with me Serge Maurice Lobreau, chairman and founder of Flash Group and Sapien Group. Hello, Serge. Welcome, and thank you for being here today.
Okay. Hello, Georgiana. Nice to having me. So yeah, I'm very pleased to be here for this interview, this exchange that we are going to have. So
Thank you.
it's a pleasure.
For me as well, Serge. Please tell us, how have you been coping with the COVID lockdown, both personally and in terms of business? Because many people recently have said that they had more time and they've been more productive. How was it for you?
I can say I can go in that sense because we found out that in the first place when the pandemic shows up, we were traveling and we have a lot of stuff going on for Flash Group and Sapien Group, and the lockdown was just like looks like a very bad news for us, and we were like, what are we going to do? Because we need to travel, we need to meet some people, we need to attend at some events, etc. So in the first place, it was really difficult to coordinate it, with the teams, etc. But at the end of the day, as I think many entrepreneurs and many managers find out that it was really effective, because people, when they are focusing working remotely, it's really effective. So I thought that it was a very good experience, and it's still a very good experience. It's a very productive experience for the company and for the group.
It was a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, kind of blazing, because we were a lot of stuff, a lot of administration stuff, going on, etc. So when you are not traveling, you are saving all this time that you're wasting,
Yes.
while you're traveling, etc.
Exactly.
So
All
all
the
that time you put it on the work, on the task, and you're trying to deliver what you have to do. And for that time was really necessary for us to move forward.
Serge, tell us now, how was your journey into the blockchain space from the beginning till now?
The first time I heard about the blockchain, I was still working in the financial area, in the banking area, and as I'm really curious by nature, so I try to understand the technology behind the Bitcoin, the technology behind, and I started to understand the technology, and it took me like maybe 2 years to fully, understand the goal of that new technology and the impact that specific technology will have on my profession, because I was a financial banker,
Yes.
etc. So the first place I remember, I was exchanging with some colleague, and they were laughing at me like, this is just a geek stuff, etc. We just vanish, just vanish. Huh? So I was like, okay. And I learned a lot during 2 years. And afterwards, I decided to leave the bank area in 2014. And I set up my own business in consultancy, etc. Always linked to the financial sector. And while I was traveling during 2 years, I traveled a lot. I mean, even in Africa. I mean, I traveled in more than 30 countries in Africa, up to 54. I travel in Asia. I travel in South Latina, etc. And what I have witnesses many times show me numerous examples of non-financial inclusion and issues on those countries, and knowing the banking side and the financial services side, etc. So I decided to started to work on a solution to enable and to bring more people, to have access to financial services, because there is a lot of people, like up to 3 billion people who don't have access to normal service,
Yes.
affordable service, financial services. So basically, yeah, it's been like, let's say 6 years now that I'm fully, involved in the blockchain technology, yeah, fully.
Great. Serge, what is your view on the distributed ledger technology and the crypto market going forward? Where do you see this going in the near future?
So first of all, when I decided to go for our ecosystem of Flash Group, I benchmarked what we were proposing, and I tried to find if there were any other solution like the one I was willing to put forward, and I didn't find any. And the most important thing here on the distributed ledger technology is that that sector reminds me a little bit like the dot-com period, you know. There is a lot of things going on, and we don't know yet
Yes,
where
many similarities.
all of this will lead us, you know. No one could ever even imagine when, you know, when internet shows up in the beginning of the 90s that we will have, you know, YouTube, Facebook, and all the GAFA companies, etc. So
And
it's
basically that we
exactly the
won't
same
be,
thing with the distributed ledger technology. Sorry. Yeah, tell me.
and basically that we won't be able to live without it now. It's
Yeah,
such a
yeah,
big
and
part of our lives.
exactly. My kids will don't know what it is to live without internet, you know, and that's strange because we are the last generation that we know how what it is to not, you know,
Without,
be connected
yeah.
every time, etc. So basically, my vision on it, and when I benchmarked the solution, I mean my solution, and I found out that there were no alternative of what I was willing to do. So we decided to go for a funding, a seed round in 3 years ago. And we did great because we raised more than 72 million US dollars. And we took our time to develop an ecosystem, you know. So we decided to go for a mix of hardware and software, because it's a good thing to say to the people that you want them to use your coin, you want them to access to your services. But if I don't have any means, you know, means of payments to access to your services, it's really complicated. And if I don't have any means of payment to cash out when they need to cash out, it's another issue. So basically, the sector, there is a lot of cryptocurrency right now. There is plus 7K cryptocurrency right now, and many more will come. From my perspective, for a new beginner, for a newcomer into the industry, it's a bit complicated for them to understand the technology underlining the cryptocurrency, and so the technology, distributed ledger technology, and cold blockchain technology. So and I find out because when we started and we can exchange with other, you know, CEO, fintech director, etc. In the first place, you are always, you know, debating and talking about the technology and how the technology is a disruptive technology, etc. And the thing is, you end thinking that, okay, when you are exchanging with your you know, your target, you know, when you are exchanging with your client, your future client, etc., you find out that the technology doesn't matter. What matters for them is the service. How they're going to use the service. Will the service be easy to access, and we're starting to change a little bit our mind, you know, like, okay, maybe we should communicate more on the service instead of trying to, you know, to bring too much technical, you know, word, too much technical, you know, explanation into that. So basically, what I think, it's just that in order for the crypto market to grow, we need, first of all, we need interoperability between cryptocurrency, between blockchain. So that part needs to be fixed, and there is a lot of company working on that part. And we also need, if we want to go mainstream, because there is a lot of coin, if we want to go mainstream, we also need what we call utility coin, and not a so-called utility token or utility coin, but a utility coin, something you will be able to use it, you know, on a daily basis, or to do remittance, or to, you know, to buy any random services or products on a daily basis. You need a coin, utility coin. So what I think for the future of distributed ledger technology, etc., I think that the future, and more people, and we will go mainstream when we will have more and more stable coin and asset pegged coin and backed coin, and all those coins will bring real value, and we are, you know, pegged who are pegged or linked to tangible assets that people can understand when you're trying to explain to them where the value of the coin is coming from. Exactly.
Which asset is good to give more information to your potential clients? Which asset is it linked to your coin?
We are trying to explain to them that in order for a coin to be a utility coin, you need to be able to use the coin on a daily basis and not be afraid about the risk, the exchange rates, etc., etc. So you need a coin which is relatively stable. Okay, so that's the coin that we are proposing. OZT coin, it's a gold pegged coin, meaning that the core value of the coin is coming from an asset that everybody understands. It's gold, it's asset pegged with gold. So we use the gold to determine the core value of the coin. So why we did that, it's because we are not willing to create a stable coin like one for one. We were trying to create an intrinsic value of the coin, but in the same time to attract both sides of the blockchain industry, meaning those willing to speculate, but also those willing to have a relatively stable coin. You are waking up at 8 a.m., you are plus 20%, and 1 hour after you are minus 30%, etc. So we need to, the coin that we have created allows us to reduce the velocity into all those variations. So we are reducing the velocity in order for people to be able to use it on a daily basis. And moreover, with that coin, it's a kind of cornerstone of the Flash Group and the Sapien Group product, because it's allowed us to use all the ecosystem, meaning the crypto stations, the smart card, OZT cards, allowing people to be connected to a system. It's not just like we are proposing you a coin, so go with it. Just try to get it. Say we are proposing a coin, and those are the way you can acquire the coin. Those are the way you can use it, etc., etc. So that's what we are bringing into the market.
That is amazing, Serge. Please, could you give us your view at a high level on various blockchain technologies and why OZT blockchain is unique in its own way? You've told us a few information about the OZT Bitcoin. Now tell us why the OZT blockchain is unique in its way.
First of all, we are using a technology called proof of stakes. So there is not many blockchain using that protocol. And thanks to Dash, because Dash was the first, blockchain coming with the concept of proof of stakes, etc. So there is not many companies using that protocol because it will be very expensive. You just have to observe why Ethereum has so many difficulties, to change from proof of work, from proof of stake. First of all, it's good for the planet because you are saving energy. And you can have more transactions. And when you're trying to go mainstream, you need more power. But you need more power and you need more transaction. And as you are saving energy with that protocol, that's make us a part on distributed ledger technology. Plus the fact that we are asset pegged. So meaning that a coin is linked to a tangible asset. So that brings more value to the coin. As we will be audited once a quarter, our global custodian will be audited once a quarter to ensure to the community that we have enough gold to continue to peg the coin that we are proposing to the network. So there is not many coin into the market asset pegged or asset backed with that kind of asset. So every year, lately we saw emerging every year, let's say every month, and even every week in the blockchain area, we are seeing new terms and strategy emerging. And lately it was DeFi, decentralized finance, which simply means decentralized finance, and it's just a new financial system in a permissionless and open environment. So this is a kind of, we didn't thought that it was a hype or something like that, because that is what we already think about it. You know, 3 years or 4 years ago when we started, we were already in this vision and this. So now we have a term to determine exactly what we are doing, because it was quite complicated before to explain exactly what the Flash Group and Sapien Group was doing. Now we have a word. We are involved in decentralized finance. And there is a new terms like yield farming and DeFi. And for me, DeFi is the closest thing we can disrupt the traditional finance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Serge, what does the future hold for Flash Group and Sapien Group?
I can just respond. I'm not, I can't predict the future, but all I can say, it's like we have been observing and we have been watching the market. We have been watching what the mainstream population will need in order to, embrace the blockchain technology and digital ledger technology, etc. And what we found out, it's like we were in the right path from the beginning. Meaning that we want to propose to the people a solution, 360 solution with hardware, software. So what I can say is like the strategy, the battle will be, we will win the battle when we will integrate a lot more the merchant into the battle. Because today there is a lot of solution, focusing on speculation, focusing on so many stuff, but not that much, coin and strategy and company focusing on merchant. And what we decided with Flash Group and Sapien Group, it's to, emphasize and to put more resources on that part, acquiring more merchant in order to be able to attract more users. Users will use a solution if they have a place where they can spend their coin, okay? And merchant will use your solution if it's not, difficulties, if I don't have difficulties to cash out the money, if I don't have any risk, exchange rate risk, etc., accepting your coin. So the merchant are significant parts of the success of the distributed ledger technology, and will be a significant part of the success of Flash Group and Sapien Group.
Where will your coin be listed for the public? Can you tell us that?
Yeah, for the public, the coin will be listed. As I told you, we are trying to have a 360 vision on the ecosystem, entire ecosystem. As I say, once again, hardware, software. So in the first place, the exchange will be listed on the Flash Exchanger, which is a parent company of the group that we have decided, instead of giving money to external exchange, we have decided to put most of the liquidity into our own exchange and to partner with 2 or 3 other partners outside the organization, because we want to, as I explained, we want not a stable coin, but a utility coin. And if you're listing the coin everywhere and on all the exchange, and we are solicited every day we are, the company are reaching out, we want to list it, we want to list your coin, etc. And some even does it even without permission. So what we want to do is to reduce the number of places where you will be able to find a coin in order to have great liquidity. Yeah.
How can people reach out to get more information about Flash Group and Sapien Group?
Oh, they can very easy. We have a Discord group, so they can reach out on the Discord group. The first, the most, the easiest way to reach out is to go on Twitter. Like just look for Flash, so for Flash Group, etc. account, or they can go on our blog.flashmoney.io. So they will find a lot of informations, and also they can go on the site flashgroup.io, where they will find a lot of information, and they will be able to be redirected to a Discord group where we have several channel. People will be able to ask about the technology, ask about the coin, ask about the exchange, ask about everything on the Discord group. Yeah.
That's great, Serge. Thank you very much for being with us today, and looking forward to having you again.
Okay, thank you. It was a
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye.